Welcome back to another episode of the Happy Hour. Mike, we're in new chairs again.
We are in new chairs again.
And that ain't changing, bud.
No, it's not. And I just asked my wife to follow up from last week. Rate me on a scale of 1 to 10. Be real, be honest. No hard feelings. I want to know. I want to know where she rates me on a scale of 1 to 10. Because I know where I rate myself. I want to know where she rates me.
So last week you said that you're 6.5. And
well,
6 to 6.5, you said.
Did I? I thought it was 6.5 to 7.
I don't know. We'll run the tape back.
All right.
But then you called your wife 7.5.
Yeah. But everything that she brings to the table and all the outside variables, like if I'm looking at her just shallowly, right? Like we're not together. She's not my wife. She's not the bearer of my daughter, like the mother of my child, and all of the fantastic things that come with that. If I'm just to look at her in a lineup, 7.5. 7.5. And I'm fine with that. I love that. And the reason being, and I told the same thing to God, I don't want a bombshell wife so that if I walk into an establishment, every single dude is looking at her.
You don't want that?
No, fuck no. I want a woman that's confident in herself and her abilities, that loves me for me and my organic me, and that she's just so naturally beautiful, she doesn't need makeup, and that is 1,000% what I got with my wife.
So that's an interesting point, because I feel like conceptually, this is probably going to get taken down, but conceptually, men in our generation value beauty based off of makeup beauty, like going out beauty, like past 10 p.m. I'm already 3 Jaeger bombs in. I've had 2 Red Bulls. What do I find is a 10? And I feel like that's just so flawed. Like if you look at athletes, I'm not going to name him specifically, but you know who I'm talking about. His previous girlfriend is stunning, but she has a lot of makeup on. And to me, that just doesn't resonate with me. A lot of people feel that and you know who I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'll mute my mic and I'll tell you right now. But you know who I'm talking about. Because I feel like people think that she's a 10, but she's not, because that's all makeup. And to me, and to Mike too, is he's texting away, not paying attention to the episode.
I got Colleen's rating of me.
Right. But we're talking about like natural beauty, because
Yes.
I think that waking up in the middle of the night, looking over and seeing them drool out of 75% of their mouth without makeup on because they took it off so they don't break out the next day, that's the true indication of beauty.
Yes.
The fact that somebody's good at putting makeup on, sure, they're attractive, but they're not beautiful.
No, I agree. I got made fun of before in college with you talking about a woman's bone structure, and they're like, you're that shallow, you're talking about a woman's bone structure, and I said, no, you're missing the point. A woman's natural beauty without makeup.
That's deep, not
It is.
shallow.
If you look at somebody and you're like, dude, you got really good bone structure, look at you, like you're organically, naturally beautiful. That's everything.
What do you think about your organic bone structure?
I mean, I know I got that jawline. Look at that. That's a seat, bro. That's a seat. You could sit on that.
I just got that butt chin that I hold with that, or I hide with that beard.
I don't have
Have
that.
you ever seen me without a beard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, 2010 to 2012. You didn't have a beard.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I had a beard.
No, you didn't, because you were going through the academies and you always shaved.
Oh, yeah,
I remember what you looked like pre-beard. I remember.
I had that little butt chin.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a cute little dimple.
Gina
I
has
always
never
wanted to kiss
seen.
it.
Gina has never. We're married. Never seen me without a beard.
No, because she met you so late in the game. She met you so
I don't
late
know
in
if
the
I'll
game.
ever shave.
So your phone is dead. I
Correct.
believe Gina's working right now.
No, she's. I think planting stuff outside.
Is she home?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna because her phone is silenced right now. Because I was just about to ask her, rate Derek 1 to 10. Honest and authentic rating.
Honestly, if she says a 10, I'm gonna get mad.
Listen to my wife's rating.
Love it.
9.95.
Damn.
You lose 0.05 points for your lack of patience.
Damn, that's only 0.5 for her?
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean,
All right, so let me ask you this.
Not
then.
for nothing. I was a model.
So Thank you, everybody. This is the last episode of the Buffalo Happy Hour ever. So, honestly, looking at her text do you think that she's lying to you?
No.
You really think that you're a 9.95 in her mind, knowing
her
that
eyes?
you are a 7 point, or that she is a 7.5 in your eyes? You think that she's not lying at all?
I've met her ex.
That doesn't matter, though,
I've
dude.
shook his hand.
You don't think...
I've shaken her ex's hand.
Okay, so you don't
That
think...
is the beta of all betas.
So you don't think that there's anyone more attractive than you in her life to where she's rating you a 9.95 out of 10? I love you, Mike, but you're not a 9.95 out of 10. Matt Bulmer is a 9.95 out of 10. Wentworth Miller is a 9.91 out of 10.
I don't rate myself a 9.95.
So you don't think that she's lying to you?
Here's the thing. You asked the people she knows. Celebrities being included in this conversation are very different.
So when you're
I
rating...
would rate Anthony Jeselnik above me. Look at his hair.
Yeah, no, and he's got a nice faded beard.
He's got a giant head.
Yeah.
He's made for TV with his big old hands. I looked at those. I seen
He could ruin me with those hands.
pick me up and carry me. I seen his hands cross his sternum. I know how big his hands
Yeah.
are in reference to his frame. He's not a birdcage chested soy boy. He's not.
He is liberal, though. But anyway,
He is liberal,
Yeah.
but that's fine.
so your bone structure, as we were talking about,
Yeah.
how do you rate that?
High.
Yeah.
And I do. Because I've also had this conversation with two of my groomsmen, and they were groomsmen for a reason because of their bone structure.
Yeah, thanks for that, nerd.
You know the backstory and the reason.
I do. I'm just messing with you.
For those that don't, Derek's groomsmen and the bridal party as a whole for Derek's wedding made complete sense. Complete sense. And it signified close people in his life, and it centered everybody to the same point where he did the same thing I did. He brought people into his bridal party that were of a major significance at different time periods in his life. My problem is I come from a very South Buffalo Irish, divorced, multiple step families and remarriages and different, like, I could have had 15 people in my bridal party easily. And when I got married, it was years before you, and it was, you were very important in my life. You are very important in my life. And there is legitimate discussions being had about our daughter with you in my life. And all of that being said, I had to limit the amount of people in my groomsmen. I had to limit my groomsmen because my wife was not able to meet the same number. And when it comes to photos and all the back end things about planning a wedding, she had what, 4? She had 4 bridesmaids, and one bailed, which, okay, it is what it is, right? I could have had 15. There were hours behind that decision, and it was awful, and there was no way to really do it. However, we had, how many people were at your wedding? What was the total head count? The final head count?
170 something.
92 for me.
Yeah.
92. The people that wanted to be there were there, and the people that were supposed to be there were there. And there were we've talked about it. Go back and watch the episodes about my wedding. There were so many elements that brought everybody to tears, everybody to laughs, everybody to hugs and love. And it was a rager, just like yours. Your wedding was a rager. There is nothing like getting up on stage to Megan Thee Stallion and twerking.
True.
Like, that was the epitome in emo. That was the epitome of your wedding. It was amazing. It met every need, and it was so much fun. there was so much whiskey,
Oh yeah.
so much more whiskey than mine. I had a bottle of single barrel E.H. Taylor, not to damper that, but that was all I had.
Yeah.
And then I had a signature cocktail based on my dog. You brought the gamut, bro. We had Woodford, we had Weller, we had Scotch, we had Macallan, Belvini, we had so many.
Lefroy, Lagavulin. We had everything. And that all came out of my pocket because I just wanted everybody to enjoy what I enjoy.
Lagavulin 16.
Yeah.
It was, oh God, it was so delicious. And the food for both of our events were banging. I'm going to make it up. I'll make it up. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm just fucking with you, bro.
I know.
I'm just messing with you.
I know, but you know that your input. I mean, dude, I was working on a Saturday morning, and you were sending me Snapchats about. We still haven't announced it, but the latest development, and I'm literally stopping everything I'm doing to watch these. And the guy that I'm working with is looking at me. He's like, "What is?" I'm like, "Dude, it's a Saturday. I don't normally work Saturdays. This is real life. I have to devote." 15 seconds to watch these so that I can make a calculated decision and send back feedback because, you are spending ample time currently developing something and he's asking my input. Like, me hanging this right now is not a big deal. This is a big deal. And it's fine. Like,
we got some cool things in the works for you guys. We're not going to
So
announce
many.
it right now. Honestly, we're probably like about a month or 2 months away from announcing it because
it's
I
gonna
want
be
to.
amazing.
I want to make sure that everything's set in stone before we do.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
dude, it's going to be sick.
we got, yes, like Derek said, we have a lot of things in the work. But, I mean, it was just, oh, dude, it's so powerful. I mean, what was the original point?
I don't even know anymore.
Same. We got to bring it back. Not like
We were talking about how we view ourselves because I asked you about your bone structure, and then somehow we just got all off the rails, which is our biggest thing that we love to do.
for a man, I think having a defined jawline and then a hanger atmosphere is important. I think men should have broad shoulders, a wide back, a skinny waist, thick legs. Build yourself like the letter X.
So you're Irish, obviously. Kelly's
Yeah.
an Irish last name. What else are you?
I'm mainly Irish and German. There's
Okay,
some
German.
Polish, but
Because
I'm mainly
Irish
and
people
German.
are short
Yeah,
and small.
Yeah.
But you got the shoulders like I do, which I'm German.
yeah.
My grandmother's maiden name was Anita Straussen. That was her maiden name.
Jesus.
I'm Italian and German.
Okay.
So that's where the shoulders come from because you can't build this ability to like not be able to walk through a door. Like
Right.
you can't build that. You can work shoulders as much as you want, but if you don't have that bone structure, you're not going to make it.
No.
Like you just look like a beta. I know this dude, won't shout out his name, but he's I think Irish and Italian and the dude's like 4'4". And can you imagine not being 6'2"? You and I are both tall dudes. When we did the interview with the boys over at Tool in the Cooler, they're like, "You're just big bros." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, we are. Hell
Correct.
yeah."
Yeah, we're alphas.
Yeah.
And we dominate the space. We just do.
We do.
Yeah, which is
Is that
fine.
a flaw?
No, fuck no. No, that's why we are where we are in the world. Absolutely not. I'll never degrade that. Own everything you possibly can. I grew up playing Monopoly. I don't know.
I need Boardwalk.
Yeah, like there's it kind of falls into like body dysphoria. I went to the gym this morning, did legs, it got very aggressive, right? But I think that having the frame that we have, it's now an obligation to fill that frame.
I agree.
Like we're supposed to be filling this out. We're supposed to be being absolute savages.
I was talking to a dude yesterday. I won't call him out because I don't know if he wants everyone to know this, but he struggles with body dysmorphia because he's got love handles. And I'm like, bro, the biggest thing that you can do to help your love handles is develop those mid delts. Like make yourself a triangle up at the top. Make people not focused on the little bit that's hanging over the belt because they're too concerned about you fitting within that door frame coming in.
That and slight slight baby modifications to your diet.
Sure, yeah,
That's
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, we're working on
because,
that.
Well, right, but even if it's like, hey, instead of 5 days a week, I'm gonna have beer 3 days a week. That is gonna make a mild advantage opposed to anything else. Like that's where you gain the progress because, I mean, dude, that's huge. It's
My
huge.
biggest thing is like now we make food. Back when I was big, we were making food for 3 people because I would eat it all. And it was under the guise of like, I'll save it for tomorrow for lunch. But then I'd realize that I was only saving like a quarter for tomorrow for lunch because I
Right.
would eat 1 3/4 helping, you know?
Yeah.
So now we just make 2 helpings. And Gina is small, so she'll eat like 3/4 of a helping. And then I'll have 1 1/4, which is more than enough for me. Like if we make one of our cheat meals is getting a Wegmans pizza because why not? And we get like the mushroom and truffle, so it's pretty healthy, kind of. But she'll eat 3 slices and I'll eat 5. That's an adequate representation of our relationship, right? Like she'll have a little bit less and I'll have a little bit more because I'm twice her size and we'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
So like that's all that weight loss is just portion control and figuring out that you don't need 7 pieces of chicken. Make 2. Your wife will eat 1, you'll eat 1, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
Fine by me.
But I'll destroy some of this Torpieg. We need to get you a footrest, bro.
I know.
This thing's so comfortable.
I know.
Not this. We need something with a cushion.
It's fine. Okay.
You want to share this thing?
I mean, we can.
Let's do
Like
it.
Jack and Rose.
Hell yeah.
Go full Titanic. Okay.
Can
so,
our feet touch?
I don't care. So during the break, we took a Rogan break
Oh,
for the potty. I asked your wife Gina what she rated you on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
And I said, to be honest, there's no wrong answer. Your initial authentic reaction, if you were to rate Derek on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate him? She's like, I don't know. That's a loaded question. And I'm like, okay, well, you think about it. Use the restroom, come back. And I'm like, where are you at? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay. I said, so he walks into the room and then she gives me her answer. And I said, he walks into the room for the blind date. When you guys first met, I was like, where is he? And she's like, okay, yeah. And then repeats the same number. And I said, did he glow? And she goes, yeah. He had this big jolly smile and a big beard. And I said, okay, what's the number? And it was 9.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that any day.
9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Pre-weight loss.
Pre-weight loss.
Yeah.
Now I'd probably be like a 8.2 to her. I've aggravated her quite a bit since then. Personality's really showing.
Because you just want more cheese inside your meals?
Yeah. Because I'm like, are you kidding me? Why are we having kale again? And she's like, all right, you're going down to an 8. That makes sense to me.
I love it. It's interesting how both of our wives are literally like head over heels for us. And obviously we're head over heels for them. And then I think a lot of it is we grew up with like the Jennifer Anistons, the Jennifer Gardners, Pamela Anderson, or like name them. And then we have our hometown, homegrown girls that are very normal, very authentic.
Does Colleen ever watch shows and be like, I would, to like a dude that's on the show?
Not if I don't say it first. Because
Oh, really?
I'll say it first. And I'm just like, that dude's a stud. And then she's like, yeah, he is. But she'll always shrug. Where she's like, I'm still happy in my relationship. And I'm like, oh, move that aside.
Yeah.
Like, look at that human being.
Like, we'll be watching Outlander and Gina will be like, I'm like, what's that about? She's like, Sam Heughan is gorgeous. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I would too, but like, okay. So like Gina will actively say all the time, like, I would. I'm like, I mean, I would too. Same with women. Like, we'll be watching a show and I'll be like, whoa, she's hot. And Gina will be like, yeah, I would. I'm like, let's go, babe.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of it is, I mean, we've made those comments before, but it's I've always initiated those comments.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. But I've also said it for both genders because I don't care.
Oh, 100%.
I'm very comfortable at acknowledging the fact that a man is like better looking than I am. Look at Reacher. That dude's a stud.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
He's a unit.
Dude, season 2, he gained 5 extra pounds. He's a
How?
He's a brick now.
He's always been a brick.
I know,
Even when
but
Blue
he's-
Mountain State was going on, he was a brick.
Well, the thing about it is that it's just more time, right?
And he has flawless teeth too. Like that doesn't make sense.
I
The
know.
dude is gorgeous. Like let's just put it out there. He's a unit and he's got good teeth, a beautiful smile. Like he's just the dude.
I know, it's not fair. And he's bisexual.
Like Matt Bomer, our bro Matt Bomer. Like I'll always have a soft spot for him.
Same.
But like he's that stereotypical like
Pretty.
yeah, like he's a very pretty dude. Like I'd marry that if I went that way.
Right.
Jack Reacher, that dude, I would just like him to ruin my life, you know? You know what I'm talking about.
100%. If I ever met him in person, it'd be like, so what do you want me to do for you? Yeah, I would literally look at him and just be like, what's the next step?
Right.
You know, like,
yeah.
I would do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
And
Wentworth Miller, another dude that I'd be like, okay, like I can settle down with you.
Wentworth, I would take like a couple dates with. I would look at him and be like, what's the next step? You know, are we going to another restaurant, or are we going to take a walk in the park? Are we going to hike? Are we going to talk about your next project? You know, how can I benefit you? Are you looking for somebody who's not as, you know, successful?
Yeah. And then Alan Richardson, you're like, destroy me.
I just, yeah, you know, hold me, you know, let me feel safe, you know, like how does this work? You know, why do you smell like flowers? Why do
Yeah.
you smell so good?
And
Yeah.
he's got such a calming voice too.
He does.
He's a really cool dude.
And I just want to like hold his face and just be like, look at your bone structure.
why are you so
Like,
perfect?
Yeah. Why is your jaw the way that it is? And then I would just kind of caress it, you know, one of those.
Do you think it
But-
was hard for him to let go of that Thad Castle role?
No, absolutely not.
No?
No, he's a professional. But then I see someone like Jennifer.
But that's what got his start, though. Like, I feel like that'd be so hard. You're Thad Castle, dude. You are a on-screen, like, I don't even know what you would consider Thad Castle. Like, he was just just dumb. He was
mean-
a dumb character. And now you transition to Jack Reacher, who's an absolute unit. Like, that had to be a very difficult transition for him.
I mean, look at our boy. Look at our boy from Parks and Rec. You know, he
Oh,
goes.
yeah.
He
Chris
goes from,
Pratt?
Yeah, Chris Pratt goes from Parks and Rec to Zero Dark 30 to Terminal List. I mean, that's, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy is obviously in between or whatever.
But, like, I feel like that was a different transition because Chris Pratt, when he was in Parks and Rec, he was like a flabby dude. Like, he wasn't meant for TV at that point. He was just kind of like this dude that was funny and awkward and just made that show. Alan Richardson, when he was Thad Castle, he was still a unit. He's the same person now, just a little bit older.
Yeah, but like Chris Pratt, he earned Parks and Rec.
Right. I'm not saying he didn't earn it, but he was a
right.
different person than he is now in the Jack
Terminal?
Ryan shows. Yeah.
Well, Jack Ryan's separate. That's
That's
your boy.
Yeah.
John Krasinski.
Yeah, but what's his
But
Jack? What?
Terminalist.
What's
from-
his name?
Jack Carr is the author.
Jack Carr. There you go.
Yeah. So I would, and for those that are just watching this episode and don't know, I'm a massive fan of the books from Jack Carr. I've been a fan of the Terminalist from the very beginning. So now that like Only the Dead just released, I'm very excited about. But
Side
yeah.
note: do we shout out Green City Creative Works this episode?
Queen City Creative Works. Etsy shop on Roids.
We got this new setup, and we're like, who cares
Addie's-
about rules?
I know. Addie, thank you so much for your logo. QueenCityCreativeWorks.com. Head over to the website, and you can buy personalized merchandise between coasters, water bottles, and bottle openers, and they can ship them right to your door from USPS. You would then be supporting 2 small businesses all in one between us and them. So Queen City Creative Works, thank you so much for your sponsorship and Addie's, thank you for your logo.
He goes sponsorship / sponsorship.
Sponsorship / partnership. That's what I meant to say. Everything's fine, Derek. Everything's fine. We're enjoying experimental series. We're enjoying Scotch, and now we're enjoying the down to earth Clonakilty single barrel.
I'm still on that Torabjeg, dude. I need to go back there.
It's good. It's a really good Scotch. It's a really good Scotch.
I'm having a difficult time not putting this. Like, I need this next to Balvenie to be like the head to head. This is the bracket. Torabjeg beat out the left side, Balvenie beat out the right side, and now we're in that Stanley Cup final. That's what I need right now.
Let's go all the way back.
How long are we right now?
Do you rate yourself as
Pause.
a 9?
No.
What do you rate yourself?
That's a loaded question because I have a lot of self-esteem issues. Like, whoa. I would probably say like a 6.7.
Fucking Christ, who hurt you?
A lot of people.
A 6.7.
Yeah. Just because I know what's out there. Just like one of my favorite interview questions, we're going to get real nerdy for a second, but one of my favorite interview questions when I was interviewing a lot of people that my job previously was primarily focused around Excel. My job was like, okay, do these formulas. And my favorite question that I would ask people is like, rate your Excel skills 1 out of 10. The people that say a 10 are fucking lying to you because they don't know all the functionalities that exist within Excel. If you rate yourself a 10, you have zero idea what Excel can actually do. I'm a good Excel person. I rate myself a 5 every time because I know nothing when it comes to digging into like all of the actual deep stuff. Same thing that comes to the rating. I know how many beautiful people there are out there. There's no way that I'm above a 7. There's no way. There's people in Denmark that are going to be significantly more like beautiful than I am. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being a 6.7.
Have you seen the women in Iceland?
No, I've never been to Iceland.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, fit.
You're sounding real Hitlerish right now, so let's kind of back off from there.
Chill. Tight stomachs, flat stomachs. They work out. Great food, clean food,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know.
organic food.
I'm okay. Like, I've been places. I've seen babies look at me. Like, babies know.
Hold me, just let me smell you, like just embrace. I just want to go forehead to forehead with these people. They're so pretty.
So, like, though, you're probably, like, I'm comfortable saying I'm on the top half. Like, I've made the cut. I didn't shoot a +7 on Friday. Like, I've made the cut. But I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm winning the championship.
No.
Like, I'm not there ending, like, the final round pairing of Brooks Koepka and me. Like, that's not me,
Within
I'm
Buffalo,
okay.
though, we're up there in Buffalo.
Sure, in Buffalo, okay, yeah, I'll move myself up to maybe like a 7.3. But there's still
In
some,
Buffalo?
yeah, I think that there's still some beautiful people in Buffalo.
I'm up to like an 8 in Buffalo.
You're an 8 in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd be okay with me saying I'm a 7.3.
All right. Do you think I'm an 8 in Buffalo?
I would say you're an 8 in Buffalo. You got the physique for it. You got those hammies. You walk with some 7-inch inseams and you're like, I'm comfortable.
I can also rock 6 to 5 inch inseams.
Whoa.
What
was that?
6 to 5 inch inseams. I have some short shorts.
My neighbors are outside right now. Do we go ask them to rate us?
I'm down. Listen, I can also pull some Wranglers and cowboy boots at work.
All right, now you're down
I
to
can
a
pull
4.
it off. No. Listen.
Cowboy boots in Buffalo, that's the same as like having a Dodge with a 3-inch lift kit. You're
It's a
down to a
vibe.
4.
It's a vibe.
It's not a vibe.
No.
though.
Listen.
You're not herding cattle in Buffalo.
I'm not saying that. Although you could.
You're
'cause
not though.
My neighbor did. He had 6 acres.
But
and
is Mike Kelly and Cheektowaga wrangling cattle?
I'm moving, first of all. Second of all, I would love to have a horse to go home after my work day and brush a horse. I would love for that. I've also had a neighbor with a 7-acre farm with multiple cattle outside of cows. He had cows and others. I'm down for that.
So do you objectively think that blue eyes are more attractive.
Yes.
Okay, I agree with that. Thank you for saying that.
100%.
Yeah, okay.
100%. Blue eyes, that's a step above. Brown is boring. Depending on the brown.
Rude.
Depending on the brown. There are light and dark brown-eyed people. And I think that if you're light browned, then you have different elements to your eye.
Do you okay? So do you really think that blonde hair, blue eyes is the ultimate race?
It is, but I've also listen. I was voted second best eyes in high school, which it's not a lot. However, I did have. I mean, Jesus, 480 people in my graduating class. Like there was a lot of people in my graduating class, so the sample size was large. My friend who won it also has blue eyes. He just had different elements of white inside of his eye.
Do I know him?
Dan Jenkins. You might bleep his name, but you might know Dan. He is
I gotta go back and edit, dude. You're making so much more work for me.
Oh well. Bleep his name.
I don't know him though.
Yeah. So he's a current engineer. He and I shoot a lot together. Awesome guy. And we also have a weird obsession with chocolate milk. Weird obsession with chocolate milk.
Hell yeah.
Now, okay, intense milks.
I know a dude who.
We gotta rate intense milks.
Okay, so I know a dude who is Instagram's name was Intense Milk, and Intense Milk contacted him to buy it off of him. That's a real story.
Okay.
From Buffalo, too.
Intense milk.
Okay.
You have chocolate, you have mint, you have strawberry, and you have white. Thoughts?
I'm not going to say I'm an expert in this conversation because I am, but I'm not going to say it. I worked in the dairy department at a local grocery store for quite amount of time, and I may or may not. I was also a manager there. I may or may not have. This is past the statute of limitations. Taken some for experimental purposes. Okay, so my order is chocolate, mint, strawberry, white. End of story.
Chocolate. What was it? It was chocolate, mint, strawberry?
Mint, strawberry, white.
I agree.
Respect to that, bud.
I agree.
Love that.
I agree. There's.
Are you going to pour more whiskey or are we done here? Because we're at 121 and I need to know if you're in for the long haul.
Beep?
Dude, we're so past that right now.
Beep. Just hit it. Just hit it. Thank you.
Yep. Anytime.
We
need to move this thing closer.
Mint chocolate is bomb.
Mint chocolate's very good.
Bomb.
It's very good.
Especially when it's intense.
But you can't beat like traditional chocolate.
So here's the thing. Post excessive workout. I'm talking 2-a-days, July, Buffalo, end of July. It's hot, right? Like our summers, July 1 to August 1, right? Like, so like July, end of July, July 30th. Chocolate milk hits. It hits.
It's so good.
It's so good. And it's authentic. It's never going to miss. You know, where like mint, it's like, oh, I'm in the mood for this. You know what I mean? Like, after recording, I'm going to Wegmans. No free shout-outs because I got to buy some sides for tonight's dinner, which is grilled sausage.
Oh, yeah. I'll show you grilled sausage.
What are your sides for that meal, by the way? And then second, are you getting chocolate or are you getting mint with sausage in your future?
Oh, God. Chocolate. I'm not getting milk if sausage is in my future. You are? You're getting milk for that meal?
For the ride home?
Oh, okay, so that's a different story. If I'm
not pairing it with dinner.
If I'm 6 whiskeys in and I'm
Savages.
getting chocolate, or if I'm getting milk, I'm going chocolate. 'Cause that's a safe bet. I'm not getting milk. Especially with all the flavors we've tasted today, dude. You don't want to mix mint into that madness.
No,
You want to just go
okay.
basic.
Snack. What's your snack?
So, okay, sides for a sausage.
Before that, snack. I'm talking pre-appetizer. Because my appetizer right now for the meal are like scalloped bacon wrapped scallops.
I don't know. We were going bougie. We're going bougie for this conversation.
I mean,
bacon wrapped scallops. I was thinking tortilla chips and salsa, but if we're going bougie,
salsa or queso.
okay. So if it's sausage, yeah. for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
But like, if you're talking like like an actual appetiz,
For sausage.
honestly, I might go wild card and go spanakopita.
Okay.
Not a fan.
I'm down. I will never say no to spanakopita. I do
That crispy
bro,
flake on that phyllo with that spinach inside. You can't go wrong with a nice spanakop.
I had spanakopita for breakfast on my honeymoon in Greece. Authentic spanakopita. No shame.
How was it though?
Bomb. It was so good. They had a caramel finish to it, bro.
Ooh,
They had
that's
a
good.
caramel finish to the crust, to the pastry. Miska. You can't say no to that. You can't say no to that. And yes, I'm introducing Italian language to a Greek honeymoon.
Right.
Oof. Ooh. Muy bueno. Now I'm bringing Spanish into it. I don't care.
And French.
No, muy bueno is Spanish. So good. What's French for very good?
I don't know. Muy bien.
No, that's Spanish.
No, muy bien is
Muy
French.
bien is very good for Spanish.
I think so.
No, it's Spanish. I'm gonna
No,
call your
it's
wife right now.
no, I'm sorry. Trey. No, don't call her because she's fucking working.
She's not. She's in home right now.
She's cleaning. That means working. Trey bien. Trey bien. That's it.
Trey Bien.
Trey bien.
I hope she picks up.
She's not going to pick up.
I'm calling her right now. I don't even think her phone's on her.
No, it's
Her
normally
phone's
not.
probably like in the bedroom,
Charging.
far away from her.
Trey bien.
She's not gonna pick up.
No.
I want the BHH housewife to be live.
She's not going to want
No,
that.
she's-
Neither of our housewives
she-
are going to like that.
Kelly might, depending on the mood. Yeah, she didn't pick up. Okay, so we'll Google it. Very good, right? Very good in Italian.
French.
French. Nailed it. Okay. I'm on it. Very good French. Très bien.
Yeah, Trey bien.
Très bien.
Trey bien.
Très bien.
See, I was right. I
Okay.
took French for like 3 years.
Okay, so you got sausage for dinner. We're going Grey Poupon honey mixture
Okay.
for the rolls with sausage and then green pepper and onion.
Okay.
It's sauteed. So flip it in a frying pan, olive oil, no big deal, and then throw that over the top with Grey Poupon, Dijon mustard with honey, coating the bun. What are your sides?
I'm not gonna lie when I say that there's no question to this answer. There's no question to there's really only like one option, and that's potato salad coleslaw. That's it.
I'm going to the store right now for potato
Let's
salad.
fucking
Just
go,
say no.
dude. Hell
Just say
yeah.
no. 'Cause-
Love that.
Because when she was grocery shopping for the week, she didn't think of sides. And my initial reaction was potato salad. You gotta get potato salad.
You have to get
You
potato
have to.
salad. You can kind of cheap it with macaroni salad, but macaroni salad kind of
Yeah,
goes
no.
well with more like
No.
chicken.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Yeah, okay.
So,
We're on the same page.
So potato salad from Weegmans.
Okay.
Not a
Not a
sponsor.
sponsor.
Bacon wrapped scallops
I mean, I'd crush some bacon wrapped scallops for sure.
over spanakopita. Both.
I mean, I'd always go both.
Both.
More food, the better.
Both.
Hell yeah.
Both.
Hell yeah.
Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this up. So Mike is going to go enjoy some spanakopita, bacon wrapped scallops, or potato salad, coleslaw, and some sausage. And I'm probably just going to have something with kale in it. So we're going to have some fun later tonight, but that wraps up today's episode. Thank you all for joining today's conversation. We really appreciate it. Honestly, if you had to really look inside yourself to put a rating on you as a person, what would you give us? Because for me, it was a 6.7, I think I said. And then you, what'd you say? No, I was a 7.3 for Buffalo, I think, or something like that. What were you saying for Buff? You're 8? You're 8 for Buff?
I was an A for Buffalo.
He's an
and
8 for
like-
Buff. So
and
Mike
like-
is pretty, yeah.
and like a I don't know. Watch the episode.
So let us know down below what your rating for Buffalo or your local city would be, because we're really interested. Your perception of yourself when you're looking in the mirror is always a little bit down from what others would think of you. But let us know in the comments down below. Also, if you are drinking with us today, please remember to always drink responsibly, be a good person. And Michael,
Do not litter.
we're out.